but is of the world. You heard what is the meaning to life? To live it up. Isn't that a type of pride in life? Because you're gonna be doing some stupid stuff in your life. You're gonna be doing some stupid stuff in your life. And the world passes away, and the lust thereof, but he doth the will of the Father abideth forever. And that's what we're doing. We're collecting treasures in the heavens, and not treasures on this earth. The Luther's want to live their life in this world. Wanna build up their treasures here in this kingdom.
Can you teach it?
Yeah, I'm getting out. This is Matthew. This is Matthew chapter 6, verse 19. Lay not up yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and what thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will be your heart also. So that's why the Most High wants men that will worship Him in spirit and the truth, because in our mindset we desire the kingdom, and the Most High through His only begotten Son, by Hashem Yahushua, is setting up treasures in heaven for us. And that's what we're after. Right? We're after worshiping the Most High, whose only begotten Son, Yahushua, to obtain the kingdom. And if you attain the kingdom, you are the 144,000, which is the elect. You're gonna be like the Most High, like a power. You're gonna know both good and bad, both the right hand and left hand. That's where our heart is.
We're going to close in around 6:30. Yeah, because it's curfew, right? So 6:30. Right? We're good.
So we've been out here for years. Not us, but the apostles on down. Alright, been out here for years. This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse let's see. Slide.
Around 6 o'clock,
This is
right? And you will meet in front of us and saying, walk back up 6 o'clock, right?
Let me start at
Let me go to get, all right? So walk back up at 6 o'clock, right?
let me start at
Once you get it, bro, all right? Hey, bro, don't think I'm a hard ass. I just got it.
1, verse 1. The second epistle, in both which I stir up your minds by a way of remembrance, that ye may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets, by the commandment of us the apostles of the Most High. No, the apostles of the Lord and Savior, Yahushua Mashiach, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lust. And that's what it is in this world. All you see is people walking around in their own lust, walking after their own lust. they hear us say something that they don't like, they come over here and they like to scoff about it. They like to come over here and try to scorn us. Try to correct us like we're the ones doing wrong. But we're doing what the Most High wants us to do. Knowing this verse that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lust, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? And since the fathers fell asleep,
6 o'clock.
all the things continue as they were in the beginning of creation. So that's the mindset of this world, man. Because the fathers fell asleep. The fathers didn't teach you the laws or anything like that, man. And so this is how since you're living in this world without laws, you think this is how it was since the beginning of creation. Or it wasn't. It wasn't. There were laws established by the Most High. And to this day, our people are breaking it. This is why we're in this state, because we're breaking those laws. We're in this state because, as it says in Deuteronomy 28th chapter, it says all the curses that will be placed upon us if we don't follow the laws. We've done broken all the laws in the book, man. We've broken all the laws. Our fathers were worshiping powers that wasn't even the Most High. Alright? But this is why Yahushua died for us. This is why Yahushua died for us, is to cover that all up with his blood. He was the first ever man to walk in all the laws of the Most High. Right? And what we seek to do is do what Yahushua did. That's what we're seeking to do. We're seeking to do what Yahushua did. To try to follow the laws to the best of our ability. That's what all of us is to do. This is why we desire the kingdom, so we can get out of this flesh. So we can be in those new bodies that will follow the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. No, in the kingdom, we don't have to worry about best of our ability because it's going to be in us. Moses is going to take away our stony heart and give us a fleshy heart. As in a fleshy, we're going to be following the law, statutes, and commandments. Like instinct. And that's, to me, that's beauty, man. That's straight up beauty to me. It is straight up beauty. Because with following the laws comes with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Alright? You wanted to know how the world was created? You want to know how the world was created? Well, in the kingdom, and if you're part of the elect, who knows? Probably even all of Israel may even know. But you know, in the kingdom, we're gonna know, because we're gonna be in the right state of mind, in our understanding. We're gonna know both good and bad. This is why the Most High wanted to create men in His image, in the image of the spirits that know good and evil. That's it. That's it. The most good and bad. I like what's it? Man, what's his name? It was Pastor Kabar's teacher. He said, we have to learn evil. We have to know evil. What's it? We have to know evil to appreciate righteousness. We have to know the wicked. We have to know wickedness so we can appreciate righteousness. And that, when I heard that, I'm like, yo, that is so true. Because when I see wickedness, when I see evil and all of this, I'm like, yo, man, yo, this world is a perfect example. You can see a transgender just walking down the street, but according to the law, he's supposed to be put to death. We're not going to do that, man. We're ready to know the most time. Most of the people know. Yahushua's going to do that stuff, man. Do the chariots, thermonuclear fire, and all of that. Mosai's going to do that. Through His only begotten Son, Yahushua. That is how He's gonna bring destruction to this kingdom. See transgenders walking down, you know, gays, anything like that, man. Anything like that. It's just sodomites. The Edomites are gonna get it, man. They're gonna try to go underground. He's gonna take them right out of the underground. He's gonna split the earth. Right there, he's gonna be like lifting the skirt. Right? There's not gonna be anywhere you can hide. He's gonna lift the skirt of the earth. You're gonna be revealed. Right there.
They got some in the ocean.
They're gonna try to go in the ocean. And they're gonna try to make a bunker down there. The Most High is gonna make the serpent
And Ahmed,
like literally eat them.
Ahmed made a video of that too. They're gonna be trying to go in the earth. They're gonna be trying to go in the ocean.
That's Amos 11. I think that's 11. I'll get that a little later. So, they're gonna try to hide it in all different types of places. It ain't gonna work out. Because no matter where you go, like the scripture says, you're gonna flee from a lion and a bear met you. You're gonna flee from the bear and try to get in the house, get away from everything that a serpent met you. It ain't gonna be anywhere you can run, man. Anywhere. The only way you can escape this is to be righteous. Is to worship the Most High in spirit and in truth. That is how. That is the only way for you to survive. That's it. To be a servant. And it's already preordained since the beginning of time who the 144,000 are and who the 1/3 is. It's already preordained. And people are gonna be confused on what's going on in that day when they see men being beamed up by chariots. And they're like, oh, there's UFOs abducting people during this. That's so messed up. Little do they know they're only abducting one person out of a group of 100, man. 1 or 2 people from a group of 100. They're escaping from the destruction. That's what. And that's what we seek after, man. To be saved from the coming destruction and to see the kingdom with our own eyes. We don't want to be one of the 2/3, one of the wicked doers. We don't want to be one of the wicked doers or one of the 2/3. That we see that and like they're not gonna be saved, right? Continuing, Second Peter chapter 3 verse 4, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were in the beginning of creation. For this they really are ignorant of, that by the word of the Most High, the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water, and in the water, whereby the world then was being overflowed with water perished. But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store and reserved unto the fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day with the Lord is as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is as one day. So, somebody get Habakkuk chapter 2. The Most High has had prophets out here way more than 30 to 40 years, man. It's been prophesying his word. And though it was a long time, it's a long time, and the prophecies haven't come across during that period. The prophecies are happening now. The prophecies are happening right now. Start with the coronavirus is the beginning of sorrows, man. It's the beginning of sorrows. You find it happen? There's going to be way more that's going to happen. There's going to be way more pestilence, way more destruction, way more perdition. It's going to be limitations. This is why there's a book on limitations. As it says in Lamentations, what's written within and without is great mourning and woe. No.
Malachi chapter 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered unto me and said, write the vision, and make it plain upon tables.
Write the vision, make it plain upon tables. And and that vision is prophecy, man. And make it plain upon tables is put it in a book. And this is what it is, man. Book of prophecies.
That he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time.
But at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come.
And that patience, this is the patience of the saints. The saints of the prophets, man. Starting with the apostles from back in the ancient times on down. The saints are still here, alright? They are predestined 144,000 in the 1/3, man. 144,000 saints, man. That's what it is. Patience of the saints. Look, like I said, the apostles been out here, apostles of GMS been out here for 30 to 40 years, man. Prophesying the same thing. That's great patience. That is straight great every single Saturday. Whether if it's not Saturdays or at least one day of the week. And videos are being pumped in day and out. Day in, day and out. Day in and day out. Wait, let me get this. Before I continue with let me give it to I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give the scripture to you. This is No. So, remember... Oh, it's First Timothy. I'm gonna get it. What was this song? No, I think it's works day and night. That's the video. If the apostles are not out, oh, not the apostles, it's like if any of the Akim are out there, right, and they're not out one day, they're at least out one of the days, all right, and videos are being pumped in day and out, day and night, slack, through the Spirit of the Most High. You know, the Spirit of the Most High is continuously working, all right, until those words push across the whole four corners of the earth, man. Day and night, videos are pumped up. There's over millions. I'm pretty sure there's over millions now, man. Way over a million videos of the truth. Edom can't remove all of them. He can't remove all of them, but it's out there, man. And that's great patience. That's great patience because you know, the things that they're saying didn't happen within their time, but they're going to continue doing it until it does happen. This is that is the shackles that we have to burden in this world. Keep going out. Keep teaching, man. Keep teaching what you know. Because if the watchman doesn't blow up the trumpet, and he knows it's coming, the blood of the people upon his head, the people are going to die from their iniquities. And the blood of the people upon your hands because you didn't teach them. Alright? You didn't teach them what you knew. You didn't warn them that something was going to happen if they don't turn from their ways. And there's a lot of men, we know someone, alright, that says all sorts of things, calling us hypocrites, calling all sorts of names, right? And isn't teaching anybody himself, and he's trying to he's one of those 2/3 that are judging people with their glint in their eye, and he's not even looking at their glint in their eye. He's their own glint. It's like it. He doesn't even know if we even have a glint, man. Seriously. Now, there's a lot of like the scripture says. Go back to that. Like it says in 2 Peter.
You know who you are.
Like it says in 2 Peter, verse 3, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts. And a lot of men that get into this truth, they completely forget the love of the Lord. They completely forget their first love. All right, when they first come into the truth, you know, they do a little bit of work here and there. All right, and then they fall off and they completely forget their first love. And the more and Yahushua's going to look at you. He's going to be like, who are you? I know you not. I'm going to get that a little later, too. We're continuing. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 8. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is one day. And that goes back into the subject that I was talking about before. A lot of men lose patience. The scripture talks about that. Can you find that? I can't remember how it said. Get beat. I think I ever find it actually. Okay. I think I can find it. This is, get Matthew, actually get Luke chapter 12 verse 45. And read down to where it ends.
Chapter 12, verse 25.
No, yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Luke chapter 12, verse 25. In which of
No,
you...
45.
Luke chapter 12, verse 45. But and if that servant say in his heart, my Lord delay his coming, and shall begin to beat the maidservants and the maidens, and to eat and drink, and to be drunken.
Eat, drink, and to be drunken could be many sorts of things. It doesn't mean to be literal. You could be drunken off of different philosophies. You could be drunken off of anything, off of your own lust, anything. So those are the men that lost patience. Lost patience. So that's why I said that the apostles have been out here for 30 to 40 years, and they're still doing the same thing. Though men grown in the truth and everything, but those men that fall off, they're gonna be counted in the slaughter. They're gonna be counted in the slaughter. You continue with that?
Yes, I did.
Luke chapter 12, verse 46.
That first and that book bag. Anytime you was tired, it was on me.
Of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour when he is not aware, and will cut him in sunder, and will appoint him his portion.
It's like
Luke chapter 12, verse 46. The Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him.
the Lord of the servant is going to come in the day that he looking not for him, man. This whole thing is about patience. This whole ministry, man. The job of a prophet is about patience, man. It's about patience. And if you lack it's patience, then you're gonna fall out of the truth just like that, man. You need to be long-suffering. That's another word for patience. Long-suffering. Holding on to what the word says. It says, though it tarry, wait for it, for it shall surely to come, and it will not tarry. Alright? Continue.
Exactamente. Sí, yo estaba hablando con Pepe y Jairo ahora mismo.
Salah. Luke chapter 12, verse 46. The Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour when he is not aware, and will cut him asunder.
He's gonna cut him asunder, man. He's gonna be appointed. He's gonna appoint all the works that he's done before, and all of that as nothing, man. And you're gonna have the same portion as the wicked and the evildoers, right? You're gonna have the same portion. Is that it? No. Right.
And will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers.
Exactly. There you go. He's gonna appoint him his portion with the unbelievers. Alright? So that man is either gonna die by famine, pestilence, destruction, any of the destruction that's gonna happen. Thermonuclear fire, anything like that, man. And that includes usually when they fall out of the truth, they become scoffers. Alright? They become scoffers and they start scoffing the men of the Lord, the prophets. Is that it?
47. That's it for the verse.
So this is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, that all should come to repentance. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, which of the heavens shall pass away with great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
the earth also and the works therein shall be burned up. Seeing then that all manner of things shall be dissolved. What manner of persons ought ye be in all holy conversation and godliness? Looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Lord, wherein the heavens shall be on fire, shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for a new heaven and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. New, that means rejuvenated. That's what we look for, man. That's what we look for. This is what we're working for. So to get into a kingdom that is ruled by righteousness. No wickedness, no nothing like that. No adverse rulership, no unrighteous decrees, no nothing like that, man. You don't gotta worry about bills. You don't gotta worry about rape, rob, murder, anything of the sorts, man. Covetousness. You don't gotta worry about none of that. You got a land. You bought that land. You traded for that land. That land's yours. Whatever's in that land, because of the animals, trees, plants, anything, is yours. You don't got to worry about land tax. You don't got to worry about anything like that, man. In the kingdom, look. Can you get somebody get John? Actually, get John chapter 14, verse 2. Yeah, John chapter 14, verse 2. This is John chapter 14, verse 2. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you.
And that place is the kingdom, man. And the mansions is those planets, man. All the things that you see in the stars. You see in those fantasy movies and stuff like that. It's not fantasy, sci-fi. It's like you see in those sci-fi movies, and you see all these different planets, man. All of those are mansions, all right, that you can live on, all right, live in those planets, man. And that's Yahushua's preparing the kingdom. That's what he's preparing, and that's what we're looking for, man. That's what we're looking for this kingdom to be destroyed, all right, for this kingdom to be destroyed. And for the kingdom of the Most High, the kingdom of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, to be established. The kingdom of David, not David, it's like the tabernacle of David is going to be established. It's like that's what we're looking for. And that's what we're hasting for, man. We're hasting for this kingdom to get destroyed, man. So all of this this pestilence that's happening, this coronavirus. Anything of this, anything that comes across, we're looking for more of it. We're looking for more of it.
Because it was like symptoms. And she put him on the tub and took him out the tub and he went to sleep and never woke up. You know what happened?
So we're looking for more of for this world to get destroyed, for people's comfortability to be changed to a lower state. All right? It's going to be changed to a lower state. You know, let me just repeat this again. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall melt shall pass away with great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. And the earth also and the works therein shall be burned out. Now how is it going to be burned out? How's it going to be? How's the elements going to melt with fervent heat? And the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. How? How will that happen? Well, the prophet's been saying it for years, man. For years to come. Alright? The years that has passed. They've been saying it. It's the ICBM missiles, man. Thermonuclear fire. This is how this kingdom's gonna go down. Thermonuclear fire in the laser beams of the chariots, man. Every time somebody hears us say laser beams, they look at us like crazy. Laser beams. Like what? What do you think this is? A movie? This is the most science movie yet. You don't believe that the chariots got laser beams? Man, who knows? Your judgment might even be a laser beam. But as Peter said, that in the last days shall come scoffers. The prophet's been saying this. The prophet's been saying this for a very, very long time, man. And this is why the door, like I said last week, the door is nothing but a crack right now. It's nothing but. It's nothing but a crack right now. It's the door. And if any man is still thinking that the Lord's delaying his coming, you're dead wrong, man. You're blind to the prophecies that's happening right now. You're blind to it. Alright, no. Speak like you're young. But ye are they not forsake the Lord, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a tablet for that truth, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I call ye, then I answer. It's the Most High's calling right now. But yeah, just see if you can kind of lift up the voice. Is that the house? Yeah. Alright. This is the Most High. The Most High is calling out to our people. Specific. Only the 1/3 is going to get it. Right? The 1/3 of Israel is only going to get it. But the 2/3 cannot say that they haven't been warned, because he stretched out his hand and you refused. You can continue with Proverbs.
Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20. Wisdom cried without. She uttered her voice in the streets.
Wisdom cried without. She uttered her voice in the streets. Not in the temple made by hands. Not anything like that. Alright? In the streets. Where are we? We're on the street, man.
She cried in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates, in the city. She uttered her words, saying.
And the wisdom is the words being shouted out by the prophets. And so the words of wisdom is these precepts, these scriptures, the words of prophecy. That's why he said, speak out into the ears of my people the words of prophecy which you shall put in your mouth.
How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in the scorning, and the fools hate knowledge.
That is the very mindset of this kingdom, man. Very mindset. Simple. People live simple lives.
Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto
If
you.
you turn to the Most High, if you turn to the Most High, He's gonna make it known unto you. He's gonna make the words, the parables that Yahushua spoke, and all the breakdowns known unto you. Not 100%, but you will know your lot. The amount that you know. Alright, with that, we'll give our praises.
I want to give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Makak Wadash.